As we said, another person was swept away by last night's floodwaters. He was sucked into a drainage pipe. Amazingly, though, he survived. And he told his story today to Ross Guidotti. Ross joins us live now from Bethel Park with more.
Unbelievable. Probably the best way to describe this story. I'm actually standing where this incredible tale came to an end from one of those culverts, but it actually got its start roughly 100 yards away from me on a street up there. It's a story of a young man who was desperately trying to help people in a bad way, but soon found himself in a pretty bad situation as well.
I feel lucky for what I went through.
Lucky might be an enormous understatement given what 18-year-old Ben Smith of Bethel Park endured.
We were clearing debris from the storm drain and move a van, which is still there. The van didn't move. But yeah, we were trying to clear it up.
Flooded cars were stuck nearby. Ben was trying to help those folks as well, but he couldn't see a submerged, flooded storm drain. He was quickly sucked in.
Because I knew that I wouldn't be able to fight the water. It was coming in too fast. It was draining too fast and too strong.
I was on him, but he just got ripped away.
We hurried up and grabbed an extension cord thinking we could reach him.
I just felt like this kid's gone. There was nothing else I could do.
Ben Smith was coursing along inside a flooded steel and cement tube in the dark under the intersection of Clifton and Thunderwood in Bethel Park.
I just tried to keep my limbs straight, tuck my head. I didn't want to break a neck or anything.
At one point, by chance, Ben lifted his head and there just happened to be an air pocket. He gasped a breath and his perilous journey continued.
It was very cold. Felt my head hit a couple times.
Weakened and exhausted, Ben Smith had no choice but to hold his breath and keep bouncing along.
Part of me kind of just prayed a little bit and hoped that I'd see the end.
About a minute later, he did. Ben Smith shot out of this drain.
I ended up on a creek behind my neighbor's yard.
Beat up, bruised, soaked, but Ben Smith was very much alive. His neighbors and friends immediately headed toward a retention pond about 100 yards away from where Ben Smith went in.
He walked out of the woods. I said, "What?" And he was standing there. It was remarkable.
At the time, I was just in shock. Really makes you believe that there's a higher power.
All right, now, if I were to be standing here when this water hit last night, it would have been over my head. Ben shot out of those culverts, popped up, and while the water is still going, he's just gone through this, he swims to, for lack of a better word, shore. How did he get through this? Where did he get the strength and knowledge to do what he does? Well, Ben Smith, it turns out, is an Eagle Scout. He learned swift water survival training, and that is how he knew to cross his arms, cross his feet, keep his head down, and try to make it through. Now, if by chance any of this debris, any of it, would have been stuck in that tube, Ben would have never made it out alive. He would have probably gotten lodged up in there, and we would have had yet another tragic story to report. But that's not the case, and as you can see, it turned out pretty well. Ben Smith also wants to say one thing. There were people trying to get into that culvert after he went in who could have easily fallen in themselves, but were willing to risk their lives to save his. He said, "I live in a good neighborhood, and the people around here prove it." Reporting live in Bethel Park, Ross Guidotti, KDKA-TV News.